royales, the genre that took gaming by storm and made dropping out of a plane a daily activity for millions of players. The genre that turned the simple act of scavenging for loot into a high-stakes Hunger Games simulator. It's the same story every time. You drop into a map with nothing but a parachute and a prayer, desperately scrounging for weapons, and then either achieve glorious victory or get headshotted while crouched behind a tree. There is no middle ground. Over the past decade, battle royales have risen from experimental mods to a dominant force in gaming. They've spawned mega hits like Fortnite, PUBG, Warzone, and Apex Legends, and they've also left behind a trail of failures that didn't quite make it. But here's the real question. Will battle royale games ever truly die? Or are they here to stay, destined to reinvent themselves for decades like the cockroach of the gaming genre? Today, we're taking a no-holds-barred look into the life cycle of battle royales. We'll explore their meteoric rise, their peak dominance, their growing oversaturation, and what the future holds. And yes, we'll also address the elephant in the room. Will anyone ever stop landing at Tilted Towers?
Oh! The testimony.
Really quick before we get started, if you guys enjoy this content, consider leaving a like and a comment. It really helps out the channel and puts it into the algorithm. Also, subscribe for more gaming retrospectives and deep dives. Oh! Let's go!
Wow.
Every genre has an origin story, and battle royales are no exception. But their beginnings weren't exactly glamorous. Before the billion-dollar budgets and brand tie-ins and Ariana Grande concerts, battle royales were forged in the crucible of mods and janky experiments, much like many other gaming juggernauts such as Counter-Strike and League of Legends. It all started with Minecraft Hunger Games. Yes, the blocky sandbox that's home to peaceful farming simulators and redstone contraptions also gave birth to a chaotic deathmatch mode. Inspired by the Hunger Games books and movies, players competed in arenas where they had to scavenge for weapons, survive environmental hazards, and outlast their opponents. It wasn't polished at all, but it introduced two core pillars of battle royales: unpredictability and survival. Next came DayZ Battle Royale, a mod for the zombie survival mod on Arma 2. Created by Brendan Green, the man who would later become known as PlayerUnknown, this mod added a shrinking play area to force player encounters. It was rough, brutal, and often frustrating, but it captured the thrill of survival. Players loved the high stakes, the tension, and the sheer chaos of every match. This then eventually became a mod for Arma 3. There were other iterations that Green was a part of, such as H1Z1 King of the Hill, but it wasn't until Green created PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, also known as PUBG, in 2017, that battle royales truly took off. PUBG refined the formula, turning it into a standalone experience with smoother mechanics, bigger maps, and a more structured rule set. Sure, it was glitchy, very glitchy, and yes, some matches devolved into slapstick comedy as players flailed their way to victory, but it was undeniably addictive. This was probably the first mainstream VR game that was released. The genre had seen like limited niche success up to this point, but PUBG sold millions of copies and proved that battle royales could be more than just a niche experiment. They could be the next big thing. While PUBG may have built the foundation, Fortnite is the game that truly turned battle royales into a cultural phenomenon. Originally conceived as a co-op tower defense game, Fortnite was struggling to find its footing when its developers decided to pivot hard. PUBG was a massive game, and Epic saw this growing trend and decided to throw their hat into the ring. They launched Fortnite Battle Royale as a free-to-play mode in late 2017, and it was an instant success. Fortnite Battle Royale was also free-to-play, which changed the entire game for two main reasons. Players were incentivized to try it because it literally cost them nothing but their time. To be fair, Fortnite was free-to-play, but many players, such as myself, invested into the game through the Battle Pass and other cosmetics. But up to this point, Fortnite was the easiest Battle Royale to get into. Second, like I said before, their monetization scheme was a huge success. Battle passes were a fairly new thing up to this point and only had really been done before in Dota 2's Compendium, but even that was seasonal for their big tournament, the International. Fortnite did it in a way that had never been done before, and they were raking in the cash hand over pickaxe. What made Fortnite different wasn't just its accessibility, it was colorful, fast-paced, and fun in a way that its competitors weren't. And then there was the building mechanic, a feature that turned every firefight into a frantic classic game of architectural one-upsmanship. Who needs cover when you can build a skyscraper or a hotel in 10 seconds? Fortnite was the first game that I remember everyone seeming to play, and it completely took over social media. We wouldn't see another game go viral like that until Helldivers 2 released in early 2024. Everyone, and I mean everyone, was posting their victory royales on Snapchat and bragging about getting the gold scar. It was a really fun time to be playing video games. But Fortnite's true genius doesn't just come from those pieces, it lays in its constant evolution. Epic Games turned it into more than just a game. It became a living platform, constantly subverting expectations of what a game could be, should be, and would be. Developers introduced seasonal updates, in-game events, and crossover collaborations with everything from Marvel to Halo. They even hosted live concerts featuring artists like Travis Scott and Ariana Grande, proving that Fortnite wasn't just a battle royale, it was a cultural event. Now, what makes battle royales so universally appealing? It's not just the thrill of being the last one standing, although that certainly helps. The genre taps into something primal, our love of competition, survival, and the unpredictability of chaos. Every match is a story. One moment you're scavenging for loot in an abandoned building, the next you're locked in a desperate shootout on a rooftop, only to be ambushed by someone else hiding in a bush. The stakes are always high, and the randomness keeps things fresh. No two matches are ever the same, which means no two victories ever feel identical. And let's not forget the social element. Battle royales thrive on interaction, whether it's yelling at your squad mate for ignoring your pings, laughing at a ridiculous death, or trash talking the person who sniped you from 500 meters away. These are games that are just as much about the moments in between as they are about the gameplay itself. They also absolutely blew up on Twitch. Tens of thousands of people would watch these streamers playing through these stories literally on the edges of their seats to see if their favorite internet personality clutched up and won a game. It generated numerous shareable moments like the classic rocket riding in OG Fortnite. Of course, with success comes imitation. By 2019, every single developer and their grandma seemed to be launching a battle royale. Some games tried to innovate, while others were blatant cash grabs. The result? A genre that started to feel a little overcrowded. There's blatantly bad projects, I mean, I could list them. The battle royales that failed far and away outnumber the ones that worked out. Remember Scavengers? Yeah, me neither. And Hyperscape? People said it was too difficult for most gamers, but honestly, it was just modern Ubisoft doing what Ubisoft does best: bad video games. Not every game can be a Fortnite or a PUBG or a Warzone or an Apex. Titles like Radical Heights and Hyperscape promised big things, but failed to deliver anything that players hadn't already seen. Even established franchises like Battlefield struggle to make their Battle Royale mode stand out. Honestly, I completely forgot that Battlefield tried to even make a Battle Royale game before I made this video. That was a wild, wild time. But the problem wasn't just competition, it was fatigue. Players can only drop into so many circles before the novelty wears off. Unless the Battle Royale offers something new and innovative, it just isn't going to take off or take players from the genre's juggernauts. The Battle Royale games that have endured are the ones that have evolved. Take Fortnite, for example. It is practically unrecognizable from its original form, with its constant updates, rotating mechanics, and absurd crossovers. If you took someone who started playing Fortnite in, say, 2024 and took them back to when it first released, they'd probably hate it because of how slow it is. But now, oh now with all the crossovers, one day you're battling Darth Vader and next you're swinging around like Spider-Man. It is a fever dream of a game, and that's why it works. Warzone has also managed to stay relevant by introducing new modes like DMZ and Resurgence, while Apex Legends keeps players hooked with its expanding roster of unique characters and evolving maps. But even Apex has gotten stale and bleh in its recent seasons, that is shown by bleeding player counts. Is this really what Titanfall died for? Really? The lesson here is clear. If you're not innovating, you're dying. So will Battle Royale games ever die? Probably not, but they will continue to change. The genre has already started blending with others, creating these hybrid experiences like Escape from Tarkov and Hunt Showdown. Smaller, more focused modes could gain traction, offering faster matches and tighter gameplay. Even a game like Fall Guys is technically a Battle Royale, even though it's also mixed with platforming mechanics. And also, let's not forget about virtual reality. Imagine a Battle Royale where you're physically dodging bullets, climbing obstacles, and scavenging for loot in a fully immersive virtual world. It is ambitious, but the possibilities are endless. Let's take a look at some statistics. I think it'll show just how popular these games really are. Battle Royale games were valued as a genre at $9.76 billion in 2022, which is insane. In comparison, movies in 2022 made $26 billion. Revenue for these games is expected to hit $18.8 billion in 2030. So in just 6 years, roughly, it's predicted to double. And I actually think the amount's going to be closer to $20 billion. Fortnite by itself has generated Epic Games $26 billion so far since its release. That is insane. and more people log into Battle Royale games every day than almost every other measurable genre. Those numbers are just astronomical, and it's no wonder why so many other developers have tried their hand at making their own BR game. There is tons and tons of money in it so long as the game can succeed. Battle Royale games aren't just a trend, they're a genre that has proven its staying power. They've already left an indelible mark on gaming history, and their core appeal, high-stakes survival, unpredictable gameplay, and social interaction is too strong to disappear entirely. They might evolve, shrink, or take a backseat to the next big thing, but I think they'll always have a place in gaming culture. And I actually genuinely sometimes enjoy them. Like most games, I enjoy them most when I'm playing with friends, because there's absolutely nothing like someone dying from fall damage and claiming, "Oh, I just got sniped." Thanks for sticking around for this extended deep dive into Battle Royale games. Let me know your favorite Battle Royale moments in the comments. Are you still dropping in, or have you moved on from the genre? And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And until next time, may all your loot be legendary, your circle rotations flawless, and your bush camping skills unparalleled.